Hi everyone, welcome you all to our channel Triple Encyclopedia. In this video we are going to see about how to do electrical earthing for our home and how to check perfect earthing, that is to check whether earthing is done properly or not. So before that, in the last video I have explained about earthing and difference between grounding and earthing. So if you need, go and click the link given in the description. So now let us see what is electrical earthing. So already I have explained in the last video. The electrical earthing means the metal body of the appliances are connected to the ground or earth through the conductor. That is, the bare conductor is called as electrical earthing. It is mainly for safety purpose only. That is, to protect the equipment under faulty condition and to protect the human being and animals from electrical shock. The equipments are normally earthed. And now, why earthing is required? So normally, under normal operating condition, the potential difference between the person and the ground or appliance and the earth or appliance to appliance is very less. Suppose there is any failure. At that time, the potential difference between the person and the ground or appliance and the earth or appliance to appliance may increase. So to limit the rise in potential between the above things, normally all the equipments are earthed so that the potential difference may be reduced and the leakage current is also reduced. So the equipment is protected from fault current. So the earthing is mainly done for protecting the humans and also appliance from the fault current. And these are all some information about electrical earthing and why electrical earthing is important. Then we will see what are the types of earthings are available. Normally there are three types of earthings available: plate earthing, pipe earthing, and rod earthing. Among these three types of earthing, the pipe earthing is most commonly used method for house earthing. So now let us see one by one. The first one is the plate earthing. The plate earthing means the plate like copper plate or galvanized iron plate is buried inside the earth, and that plate is connected to the metal body of the appliances through the earth wire, so that the leakage current in the appliances grounded to the earth through the plate, copper plate. So this is called plate earthing, and that plate is placed inside the earth at a depth less than 3 meters from the bottom. This is the important point. And see, this is the copper plate used for plate earthing. And next one is the pipe earthing. This is the most commonly used method of earthing for earthing the domestic appliances. So normally used pipe is the galvanized iron pipe or galvanized steel pipe. So if we are taking the galvanized iron pipe, we can see the regular holes at the regular intervals, and the bottom end is narrow, and that pipe is having the clamp at the top portion. In that clamp only we are going to connect the earth wire. So the main purpose of that GI pipe is, that is the galvanized iron pipe, is to divert the electrical charge to the earth. And in that pipe earthing, this is the galvanized iron pipe used. And here see, in the galvanized iron pipe we are having the holes at the regular intervals, and the bottom portion is narrow. This is narrow, and the top we are having the clamp. So in that clamp only we are connecting the earth wire. So with the help of this galvanized iron pipe, we are discharging the extra energy, otherwise leakage current, to the earth. And in the pipe earthing, the pipe is normally placed in the earth pit at the depth not less than 3 meters. So after inserting the galvanized iron pipe into the pit, that is into the earth, the space inside the GI pipe is normally filled with the layers of salt, charcoal, and the sand. That is the alternate layers of salt, charcoal, and the river sand up to the clamp level. So after filling the gap of the GI pipe, the enough water is poured So main purpose of pouring water into the earth is to reduce the resistivity of the earth. That is, to reduce, we are reducing the resistance of the earth means automatically the leakage current is quickly grounded, right? So for that purpose, that is, we are increasing the conductivity of the earth. For that, the water is poured into the pit, and in that pipe earthing, galvanized steel pipe is also used because of the low cost. So third one is the rod earthing. Similar to pipe earthing, here instead of galvanized iron pipe, we are using the galvanized steel rod. This rod is also buried inside the earth with the depth not less than 3 meters, and this rod is having low resistance, so it can easily ground the short circuit current. So this is the one of the advantage of rod earthing, and this is the galvanized steel rod used for rod earthing. And up to this, we have seen the types of earthing. So among the three types of earthing, the pipe earthing is the most commonly used earthing for house earthing. And now we'll see for the house earthing what all the things are needed. Okay, so in the second type pipe earthing, we are using so that the things required are, first one is the galvanized iron pipe and the earth wire, earthing tools. It is nothing but spanner and cutting plier, and the earthing salt, charcoal, and also the river sand. So here this is the galvanized iron pipe used for pipe earthing. So this pipe should have the diameter of 80 mm to 50 mm, and its length that should be 2.5 meter to 3 meter. So see this galvanized iron pipe. So here we are having the holes, and also the bottom end is narrow, and the top we are having the clamps. So here only we are going to connect the earth wire, earth conductor, right? And next one is the earth wire. So normally the appliance and the galvanized iron pipe is connected by means of earth wire, bare conductor. So the earth wire, that may be a copper wire or galvanized iron wire. If you are selecting the copper wire, we want to select the specification, that is the 10 gauge copper wire or 8 gauge copper wire must be used. Otherwise galvanized iron wire also used. So comparing these two types of wires, the galvanized iron wire is most commonly selected. And next we will see what are the procedures. So we have seen the things required. The things are galvanized iron pipe, earth wire, there is a copper wire or galvanized iron wire, spanner and cutting plier, and also that earthing salt, earthing charcoal, and also the river sand. These are the things required. Now we will see the procedure for electrical earthing. So how we are going to uh, do the earthing for our home. For that we want to follow some procedure. So in that, the first step is we want to excavate the pit with a depth of 3 meters. So that should be nearer to our home, and we are going to excavate the pit in the soft places. So suppose the soft places are not available, means we can also choose the rocky place. So in that place only we are going to excavate the pit. That pit should be 3 meters deep, and that should be excavated near the house. And the step 2 is nothing but, so after excavating the pit, just we are putting the 20 centimeter charcoal layer, and on that layer only we are going to place the earth pipe, that is the galvanized iron pipe. So after placing the pipe on that 20 centimeter charcoal layer or sand layer, we are going to fill the gap by using alternate layers of salt, sand, and charcoal combination. Then after filling the alternate layers of sand, charcoal, and the sand up to the clamp level, we are going to pour the water, right? So here see the step 2. So here the depth of the pit is 10 feet, that is 10 feet or 3 meters. So after excavating the pit, so this is the first layer, it is the sand, right? There's a river sand layer, and after that we are placing the charcoal, then salt layer. So the gap in that pit is after inserting the GI pipe, this is the GI pipe, inserting the GI pipe, the gap is filled with alternate layers of sand, charcoal, salt, then sand, charcoal, salt, then pit sand, then after that river sand. So after putting the layers of these combinations, now this combination is filled up to the clamp level. So now we want to pour the water into the pit, right? So what is the purpose of pouring water? Always to maintain the earth under moisture condition, that is wet condition. We want to maintain the earth always in wet condition. We are going to pour the enough water into the pit. So after placing the layers of salt, charcoal and the pit sand or the river sand, we want to pour enough water, means the conductivity of the earth increased because of the wet condition. Okay, because we are pouring the water, so that it will increases the moisture content, so that the earth is always under wet condition, so that it will easily absorb the leakage current, that is it reduces the resistance and increases the conductivity, so that the leakage current is quickly grounded. So for that purpose only we are pouring the water into the pit. Then step 3 is nothing but we are going to connect the earth wire at the clamp of the GI pipe, and and after that we are checking the continuity by using the continuity tester, right? So next one, this is the earth wire, that is the earth wire is connected to the clamp. This is the earth wire is connected to the clamp of the particular GI pipe. So after that the final step is we are going to construct the concrete or cement border around the pit. So what is the procedure? The first step is that we are going to excavate the pit with a depth of 3 meters or 10 feet. So after excavating the pit, first we want to put the charcoal layer or sand layer with a 20 centimeter. So after that GI pipe is placed. The gap between the GI pipe is normally filled with the layers of alternate layers of charcoal, salt, sand, and it's charcoal, sand, salt, like that. It is filled up to the clamp of the GI pipe. Then after filling the gap by using the materials, we want to pour enough water into the pit, and after pouring the water, the clamp we are going to connect the earth wire. There's a clamp of the GI pipe is used to connect the earth wire, right? And final step is we are going to construct the, that is a cement border around the pit. So this is the procedure for earthing process, right? Procedure for earthing process, nothing but we are excavating the pit and placing the electrode or the pipe and filling the gap with alternate layers of materials and pouring enough water, and finally we are connecting the earth wire at the clamp and constructing the cement border around the pit. So this is the procedure, right? And next we this, so see this one, see this diagram clearly explain about. So here that is this is the pit excavated with 3 meter depth, and galvanized iron pipe is placed. Then that gap is filled with layers of charcoal, sand and the salt. Then the clamp, this is the clamp, this is the clamp. So here the earth wire is connected, that another end of the earth wire is connected to the earth pin of the 5 pin socket or 3 pin socket, right? And next we will see how to check the earthing is perfect or not perfect. So now we are going to check, after performing the earthing process, we want to check if the earth is perfectly done or not. So let us see this. This is tested by using two methods, by using the multimeter or by using the lamp. So here see this diagram. So normally here we are checking whether the supply is coming from main switchboard to plug or not. So for that, here the phase and neutral point of the 5-pin socket is connected to the multimeter. So here the red pin will be connected to the phase point, and the black pin of the multimeter is connected to the neutral. Means it after we are going to switch on the single way switch, the multimeter shows 220 volt, right? Means we are getting the supply in that 5-pin socket. Otherwise, if you are connecting the wires of this lamp to the phase and neutral, means automatically the lamp will glow, so that we can ensure the supply is coming from the main switchboard to the socket. And next we will check the earth, right? The earth is perfect or not. So again, take this diagram. Here the red pin of the multimeter is connected to the phase, right? And so here it is connected to the phase, and the black pin is connected to the earth pin of the socket. Means it shows reading 280, means it is the perfect earthing. It gives some readings, right? Voltage value is 218 volt, so that the earthing is perfect. And also we can check it by using the test lamp. So we are taking the lamp, and the one wire of that lamp is connected to the phase, and another one wire is connected to the earth, so that the lamp will glow, right? So the second wire is connected to earth, earth pin of the 5-pin socket, and red wire is connected to the phase pin of the 5-pin socket. The light will glow, so that we can ensure the earthing is perfect. So if the earthing is not perfect, means see this diagram. The red pin of that multimeter is connected to phase, and the black pin is connected to the earth, but the multimeter shows 000 readings, right? That is 005, like that. And if you are connecting the lamp between the phase and the earth point, means the lamp is not glowing. Otherwise the lamp will glow with low brightness, low intensity, means it means that the earthing is not perfectly done, right? So it may create electrical shock. So these are all the methods used for checking the earthing, right? If the earthing is perfectly done, means the lamp will glow, and if the earthing is not perfectly done, means the lamp will not glow if it is connected between phase and the earth point of the 5-pin socket. So these are all the methods used for checking the earthing, right? And if you are liking this video, please subscribe my channel Triple Encyclopedia. Thank you.